And joining us now, our expert Sunil Gavaskar on day's play and where he sees this heading from here. Thanks very much, Mr. Gavaskar, for speaking to us. It looks even, but who do you think has the advantage at this stage, or is it still early days?
Well, I think it's pretty much balanced, but because they have a centurion batting still, and Carlton is a pretty useful player, and Darren Sammy and Fidel Edwards have thwarted India in the Dominica Test.
Right.
If they get to about 350, they add another 100 runs, then they can be on top. Because what is going to happen is that we've seen that the pitch doesn't really have much carry. And when somebody as quick as Fidel Edwards bowls, a lot of batsmen tend to stay on the back foot.
Right.
And that is where they can be trapped leg before wicket. So India need to ensure that they get the last 5 wickets very, very quickly within the next 30-40 runs.
Right, it could still be anybody's game. Chanderpaul scoring that century. How much of that do you believe has to do with conditions?
Well, I'm sure. I think if it's a pitch which reminds you of home, or the ambience or the surroundings remind you of home, it becomes a lot easier to play yourself in. You feel comfortable. And Shivnarine Chanderpaul's played in the subcontinent before. Mind you, West Indies are here after 9 years. But he's just the kind of player who likes to dig in. But in this instance, he wasn't really digging in. He was just using his feet well, and he made the bowlers bowl to the line and length that he wanted. And that's always the hallmark of a batsman who's on top. And he certainly was on top today.
Right, he certainly looked it well in the driver's seat. One last question, Mr. Gavaskar. Marlon Samuels is banned for match fixing. He served that ban, but of course we saw him playing today. How do you explain that, given how spot fixing has been in the limelight this last week? Those 3 Pakistani cricketers, in fact, being the first to go to jail.
Well, as I said earlier on, that once the person has served his sentence, the ban or whatever it is, then it's a clean slate for him. I mean, it happens in society. We have had people who have been put behind bars for misdemeanors, and they have served their 1 year or 2 year or whatever it is, and they come back and start life afresh.
Right.
We should not be thinking that they are going to go back. You've got to keep an eye on them, certainly. But we shouldn't be thinking that, they are going to go back, because after all, they might have learned their lesson with the punishment that has been given to them. So I think if the punishment has been served, the sentence has been served, the person starts on a clean slate.
NDTV's cricket app, Android and iPhone, fastest scorecard, special analysis, and much more. Download free. ndtv.com/apps.